Right. I would like to thank Ernesto and Juan Manuel to get us over here to give a talk and to have some discussions with you. I would like to thank you to be here, to be interested in the topic of crisis communications and crisis management. And I look forward in discussing with you after this session your own questions or reflections on the topic of crisis management and crisis communication. I'm so sorry that I can't speak Spanish. I really loved the introduction. I think that was one of the most sexy introductions I ever had. It was like, I was sitting there, I was hearing my name going like, yeah, that's me. Didn't understand anything of it, but I was like, it sounds so good and so rich and flavored profession I have. It's very nice. I totally agree with everything you say without even knowing what you were talking about. I'm from Belgium. We already speak 3 languages over there, and Spanish is not one of them. So maybe in the future we'll evolve in a multilingual state where we also speak Spanish. So if I don't make sense, just interrupt me, or if you don't need some clarification or something, just come in between my talk. So I would like to start just giving some insights from my point of view. So I have a company in Belgium working in Europe mainly, also for governments in the private sector, all kinds of everything that blows up. You can count on us to help you out in a crisis situation. So I'm just going to give you some insights of what I've experienced. I hope you can fit them in your own mental models. So first of all, relax, nothing is under control. That's one of the most reassuring sentences ever. In a crisis situation, you're not in control. Because what we try to do in daily life is we try to control everything. And in crisis, you're losing a lot of control mechanisms. So don't try to control your crisis situation. Be happy that you just have the opportunity to go through the crisis as good as you can. So that as good as you can, I'm going to try to give you some pieces of insights that you can count on that do work during a crisis situation. There are not a lot of them around. So, how can organizations be effective crisis communicators? So you guys have some preparedness plans in place? Do you guys have some documents, some procedures? Does anybody have like a folder of a crisis plan that is like this thick? Somebody has that? Yeah, you have that. Congratulations. Well, we have, Hugo and Juan Manuel and I, we've been doing this planning business for years, and it's a lot of work, right? It's not only drawing up, but also training those plans, and then revising the plans, and then keeping track with what has to be in the plans, and then talking with regulators and governments and with stakeholders with, this is our great plan. And most of the time the plan is written from, if we have an incident, well, we start doing the plan, and you look over there, we finish first, we save the day, rainbows, lollipops, unicorns, fancy music everywhere. And then your regulators say like, you are totally prepared now. So in reality, facing a crisis is slightly different. You start off with doing some good stuff, step 1, 2 of the procedure, and then you're like, oh my God, this is not in the plan, what do we do now? And you lose focus, you get stressed, you get angry, your teams are waiting to have some orders, and they're not coming, and then you totally collapse your crisis teams. So The truth in crisis planning is in between. If you would write this approach down, you wouldn't have not one folder, but the whole room would be filled. Nobody would read it. So the truth is in between. You need those plans, but you need also a way to treat people during crisis situations to do what needs to be done. Hugo is going to dive deeper into this part.